Hey, Dave Taylor here again, and if you haven't been paying attention, there's a whole world of Android phones that are coming out that aren't from the big companies, that are not Samsungs or HTCs, but they're really good and they're incredibly well priced. So, here's a Samsung Galaxy Note 4. It's a very nice phone, has a very nice display system. It's a 5.7-inch screen. Without a contract, this baby's going to run you $650, if you can even find one. By contrast, this company called Infosonics, who sell under the Verykool brand name, they just released this S5511 Juno Quattro. And as you can see, it's also a very nice phone. It's very thin. It has a 5.5-inch screen, which is exactly the same size as the iPhone 6 Plus, as it turns out. But this guy is, you ready for this? It's $160 with no contract off of Amazon.com. And it comes with really everything that you could possibly want, including a 1.3 gigahertz quad-core CPU. It runs Android 4.4 KitKat, so it's not Lollipop, but I'm sure that's coming down the pipeline soon. It runs full 4G. So what's 4G? 4G is the data network, the fastest data network we have right now, which gives you 21 megabit down and 5.7 megabits per second up, so quite speedy. Has an 8 megapixel rear facing camera and a 2 megapixel front facing camera. External memory, so here's again, part of what makes this really kind of radical is that we're used to, especially if you're buying stuff from Apple, you're used to having to figure out how much memory you want on the device and then paying honestly through the nose for it. With this guy, you can go buy a T-Flash, little tiny card, like a little tiny SD card. You can put 32 gig in this for 15 bucks. That's it. So seriously, you got to wonder about what the deal is with all these other companies. Oh, and by the way, the iPhone 6 Plus with a 5.5-inch screen, do you know how much it is without a contract? $799. This is $160. So honestly, you could buy what, 5 of these and you'd still actually have enough money to buy a pair of headphones? So what else? This also has an FM radio, and I gotta say, I go to the gym a lot, and the FM radio is really great because in the gym they have all these different TVs running and they have FM transmitters. So on initial glance you think, who the heck needs FM on a modern phone? And the answer is, actually there are situations where it's a really nice little addition to I'm sure it's just a chip, and they just say, oh, we'll put this extra set of little tiny ICs in this corner, and it's functional. So the unit, again, the S5511 Juno, is 5.9 inches by 3 inches. It's 1/3 of an inch thick. I'm sure you can see that's pretty thin, 5.6 ounces. Oh, and because they actually are their own manufacturer, you can do things like pop off this bright magenta case, if I can do it without having my fingernails break. So trust me on this, you can pop the case off. Not able to do it at this moment, but you can pop this off, and they also include a black case. So you don't like the magenta, or frankly, you could probably just hand paint this and make this really custom. For $160, this is not a vast and massive investment in electronics. And at 5.5 inches, this is getting really close to the size of an iPad mini or one of those other little like 7-inch tablets, which really aren't quite 7 inches diagonally. So, $160 on Amazon.com unlocked. It's the Verykool S5511 Juno Quattro Android phone. And I gotta say, I've seen a lot of other stuff from Verykool, and they always impress the heck out of me. It's mostly because they really jam in all the features, all the capabilities that you want, everything we've come to expect from these other vendors like Samsung, but at an incredibly small fraction of the price. So if you really can handle having a third-party brand and not being one of the followers who has to get that big brand in your pocket, then you really should check out Verykool. So this is Dave Taylor, and it's time for me to figure out if I can put all of these together and get one really big fold-up tablet. Wouldn't that be cool? But more seriously, the Verykool is, in fact, very cool. And I'll see you in my next video.